Good morning, this is Dr. Ferguson and welcome to today's Coffee with Rhadi segment. This morning I did not realize that I ran out of coffee and I was out of my coffee and I had to take my son to school and stop by Starbucks and buy an expensive cup of Java. I want to talk to you about something today which I really believe that you're going to like. It was something that I learned while I was at the Olympic Training Center. As a matter of fact, I learned a great deal of it from 2008 Olympian and my frat brother, T.C. Dantzler, who is an Olympian in the sport of Greco-Roman wrestling. While I was at the Olympic Training Center, the crazy thing about being at the OTC was that I learned more about sports in the cafeteria than I did on the judo mat. Now on the judo mat, I learned more about judo, but about sports in general, sports psychology, how to govern yourself professionally in the sports arena. I learned more of that stuff in the cafeteria. Sitting down, speaking with Olympians, World Cup champions like Mike Van Arsdale, speaking with multiple-time Olympic medalists like Apollo Ono. There were a great amount of things that I learned. I remember speaking with Apollo Ono, and he used to tell me how much he loved practice. I didn't know anybody at the Olympic Training Center that loved practice, but I also didn't know anybody with as many medals as he had either. So I guess there was something about loving going to practice which can be possibly correlated to having a lot of Olympic medals. I'm not sure, but his attitude about practicing hard was a lot different than everyone else's. I also learned from Mike Van Arsdale that when you get injured, sometimes you need to have some ice cream. I didn't really understand what Van Arsdale was talking about, but when I got injured, when I tore my lateral collateral ligament, I said, Mike, I don't really know what I'm going to do. The doctor said I might not be able to make it, back for the Olympic trials in time. He said, Rhadi, wait here for a second. I'm waiting. I think he has some great advice. He walks into the cafeteria, comes back out with a bowl of ice cream, and he pushes it across the table. He says, man, sometimes you just need to have a bowl of ice cream. And that was Mike. Mike was coaching me and kind of letting me know to just relax, because no matter what was going to happen, it had already been written anyway. And either you're going to train or you're not going to train. So that there's really no reason to panic. And I sat down, and every day when I was injured, I had a bowl of ice cream. And I worked out hard. I didn't put on any weight. There was a time in my life when I was somewhat younger too. There was also a message that I got from T.C. Dantzler. And we were talking about some matches, and T.C. said, well, I just don't agree to lose. I said, what? He said, I do not agree to lose. I said, okay, explain. He said, well, man, there's a time in practice, there's a time in training, and there's a time in preparation where things get tough and you cut a deal with yourself. He says, and you just agree to give up, to pack it in and to lose. He says, I don't agree to lose. That made me think about sports and coaching in my business life, and I realized that a judo match or a tennis match or a football game or a wrestling match or a mixed martial arts match, it is really two people or two teams walking to the negotiation table with their proposals in hand. One has a proposal that says, I propose that I win and you lose. The other person says, I propose that I win and you lose. Then what they do is they submit their proposals, and they sit down at the negotiation table and they hammer out their differences. Now, somewhere along the lines of the negotiation process, somebody makes some amends. Somebody agrees to lose. This is an agreement that you can't make. This is an agreement that all of us have made at one time or another. When we've been running and we stop running and we walk, or we've been pushing ourselves and it gets too tough and we don't do the last rep, or things get tight and instead of pushing through and studying late at night, we decide to go to sleep and not study the extra hour that we would need to study in order to get the A, we hit the layup and get the B or the C. We've all done this. The problem is in these moments when you agree to lose, this is where the chump in you begins to rear its ugly head. This is the chump moment. Agreeing to lose or submitting to yourself personally and internally the proposal to agree to lose or to make amends to the task at hand is a chump moment. You can only stop and stifle and halt these particular chump moments with chump repellent. Chump repellent and making sure that you're around quality individuals. Making sure that you're watching your Coffee with Rhadi every week when it comes out. Making sure that you subscribe for my YouTube channel so that when the videos come out, you get them to constantly provide you with quality information so that you can repel these chump moments. Making sure you have your hands on chump repellent, as I said once again, which is super important. Making sure that you're around the right individuals, which is super important. I don't want you to agree to lose. I want you to strengthen your proposal to win. More often than not in business, our ability to make things happen in the workplace or in the environment of play and sport all depends on how well we have structured our proposal. The clearer and more well structured your proposal is, the better opportunity you have to win. Prepare your proposal by preparing, by training, by doing the appropriate scouting. Make sure your proposal is tight so that you have an opportunity to win. So that when you sit at the negotiation table and you begin to negotiate, you can permit yourself to win and you can make the other person agree to lose. All situations aren't win-win, unfortunately. But all you have to worry about is the winning part. Let somebody else worry about the losing. Take care and have a super fantastic day. This is Dr. Ferguson, and I implore you and encourage you to look at the link below and get your hands on www.chumprepellent.com. Thank you very much and have a super fantastic day.